goes down, we on the upside. MDKS, third eye, make sure you subscribe.
I only fuck with the Mad Dog.
Mad Dog Killer, son. Here we go. Chilla Jones versus Cortez just dropped. At first I was like, yo, this battle is whack. I'm not really feeling this battle. What's going on? And then I watched it again, and I'm like, it wasn't really the battlers that was whack. The crowd was super dead. And this was a clear example of having like a whack crowd could really hurt a battle, especially when the battlers know that they spit a fire round or fire, maybe not a fire round, but a fire bar or scheme, and the crowd just sits there and stares.
That means you're easy money, Chilla. So I'm stretching something. If I gets the dumping, think verse over, sperm donor. I came and got a check for nothing.
To show love when it's us two alone, and then be hating on Cam like the media at the Super Bowl. You losing, so URL was a league with end of the year awards and shit. Suge would get most improved from the way he been torching shit. T-Top would be rookie of the year. He proved he's a force in this. And Cole would get MVP. Most vaulted performances.
So I think it's a combination of saying stuff that will motivate the crowd, and then you know, trying to build off of that momentum. That being said, the battle to me was not where I felt it needed to be. Some of the haymakers or some of the bars just didn't hit in the billing, and it didn't hit on camera, as far as I'm concerned. I thought Cortez had a good first round. He had a nice angle where he was going in on Chilla Jones, saying that he pretty much has to follow Smack's lead, and he can't do what he wanted to do because he wants to get on the Smack big stage again, and he had to back out of the Hitman Holla card against Averb, even though it was paying good money. So I thought that was a strong angle. I thought it hurt Chilla in the first round. You know, Chilla had a couple of nice, you know, lines. He had that Darwin line in the first round. He had the MVP line in the first round. You know, most vaulted performances. He even took a shot at chess. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like it. The second round, I'm leaning towards Chilla. I thought Chilla had a stronger second round than Cortez. I think Cortez kind of choked in this round on the low. I think he was struggling, and if you watch the second round Cortez, there's a part where he's like scratching both sides of his face, and he's like struggling to get through it. I think there was a choke there, you know.
I stepped in the game, I'm out the gutter, one strike and now I'm Xing his frame. I'm a killer, contracted, I was set for the fame, no forgery when you see Core Xing his name. I mean, nigga, it's not a game. I've been thugging since way young. I had the strap with the backpack. Hold on. It's not a game. I've been thugging since way young. I've been strapping a backpack. You know it. I came iller, but I am godlike, a legend. I am etched in stone. I took a stance and then I leaped over stepping stones.
Anyway, he got through it like a vet, and you know, he threw a defeat bar in the second round, even though it was kind of good with Ronda Rousey and all of that. It still was a defeat bar, so that's too big a stage going up against Chilla to throw a defeat bar out there. Chilla has the, you know, the V, the Volts, Voltron, Vulture, you know, Revolt. The Revolt bar did not hit. All right, Chilla, the Revolt bar did not hit in the second round. But to me, this battle really boils down to the third round. It really does. And there's a couple of things that happens in the third round. And bear with me for a second. In the third, Cortez is talking about, like, what does he have to do to get respect? What does he have to do? He has all these classes. And to me, in the third round, that's the round that you should spend the most time breaking down the opponent in front of you. You shouldn't spend time breaking yourself down in the third. And when I analyze the battle and I says, man, where am I going with this? It's like Cortez spent time analyzing himself and breaking himself down. It's almost like you took the work out of Chilla Jones's hands and you did it for him. And I kind of didn't like that. I didn't like when you want to beat somebody, you don't spend time talking about yourself. It's the same thing like if you're in a fight. If you're fighting somebody, physically fighting somebody, you're going to hit that person. You're not going to hit yourself. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with a battling. When you see a battle and you're looking at the third round, the person should be fighting the person in front
of
them.
What more I gotta do? I'm talking to you. I haven't lost clearly in years, and yet I still get lost in the views, and often I'm screwed. So I need y'all to listen to these thoughts that I spew, because this isn't a step down, it's a step two, just so you can walk in my shoes. Now what more I gotta do? Dope performance after dope performance against greats across the globe. I was known for warring. I got that cold fofo flow with all assortments, the heat wave, and the iPhones on back in 9.5. And that's when I was setting this shit. I picked up the pen, and by 9.9, I got better with shit. Now, I'm underrated. Years later, but still respected on some veteran shit. Well, if we can't build, it's gonna be a whole nother story when I level your shit. I mean, we ain't at eye level, I'm high level, I'm peaking, I'm a great. I killed Danger and Danny. The deacon is on the way. He at the funeral, I'm shooting you, I'm squeezing on an 8. Now you get it? I only said it so I could catch a nigga sleeping at the wake. I mean, what more I gotta do, man? I mean, who sent you to me? What more I gotta do? I give y'all classic, unique lines after lines after lines of actual heat. Bars that go like back to back for a week, like back to back did to Meek. Shit, I even got a punch for every time Punch was on Smack DVD. I mean,
Cortez even took it a step further. Cortez went and said a line that Chilla Jones said about, spooning and freebasing.
but you damn right you did lose to Saga, cause you said spooning with a flame like freebasing. Y'all all went crazy for that? Yeah, I ain't go for that. You know why? Cause to fuck up a quote like that, it actually means he might be smoking crack. Nigga, the free base, you do it with a pipe, not a fucking spoon, you idiot. You ain't know that? How? No, it don't. No, you don't. Don't tell me, nigga. Don't tell me. I know, nigga. You don't freebase with a spoon. You freebase with a pipe. You ain't tell me how. I mean, what the fuck that means? I'm from writer's block, but my mom never let me go outside the block. I just heard it and I wrote it down. Whoa, hold it down.
Freebasing. When people think of freebasing, the first thing that pops in their head is usually drug-related. However, this process is definitely not something that's only used for making drugs or working with drugs. In very simple terms, freebasing simply means converting an amine from its salt form to its pure form. Because amines are slightly basic, when they're mixed with an acid-base reaction will occur and they'll produce a salt. The salt form of the amine is more water-soluble and it has different properties than the basic form, so it's used in different ways. The most classic form of freebasing that people are familiar with is the conversion of cocaine to crack. However, in our video, we're lucky.
Okay. Spooning and freebasing. Cortez said it does not happen in freebasing. Freebasing is smoked and there's no spoons involved. Yes and no. To freebase means to separate elements. And when you separate an element, you get a harder, salt-like product that rises to the top. It's almost like when you cook cocaine, and what rises to the top when you cook it is the crack. You could smoke crack, and you do the same thing with heroin. People cook heroin, and when you cook heroin, it gets a little brownish, and you can either smoke the heroin or you could inject it. Most people inject it, but the freebasing part is when you're cooking the chemical. When you're cooking the cocaine or when you're cooking the heroin, that's the freebasing part with the fire, and you're cooking it and you're separating the elements. The smoking part, I mean, if you want to talk about it in the streets or whatever, yes, You can smoke crack. You can smoke heroin. Gave you examples of that. You have examples. I showed you examples of that. But for him to take what Chilla Jones said and said there's no spooning in freebasing.
Because you said spooning with a flame like freebasing. Y'all.
He's kind of wrong in that aspect. Now, if somebody says there's no smoking, you can't smoke something that's freebase, that's not entirely correct either. So it's just a little drug lesson. I'm not claiming to be a drug dealer or nothing, but I'm just saying it is what it is. Freebasing does require some cooking. And usually in the street is a spoon and a fire, and they're cooking the product. Anyway, that's my take on that. And I think based off of the third round, I rock with Cortez heavy. I feel he hurt himself. And I edged the third round to Chilla.
I'm just trying to help you make better movements because it's survival of the fittest. Evolution over ever losing. There's no way I'm losing now against Mr. Jump from top tier to the proving grounds. Boss Town.
Second and the third round going to Chilla. And the first round going to Cortez. 2-1. That's my review. It's Mad Dog. You know what it is. Holla at your boy. You know, what's the next interviews you want to see Mad Dog do? You know, I got another interview coming. Look out for Mulatto Black. That's the next interview that's going to drop on this channel. She's spitting some hot fire. Holla at your boy. One.
Killer son means you beyond that. Third eye, thoughts wise, keep and listen, see. Mad Dog, step of authenticity.